Now we're going to use the Loft feature. So the Loft feature is up here on this toolbar. It's the fourth one along, called Loft. So we're going to click it. Now what it's asking us to do now is to create a new part and select our profiles. Our profiles are our sketches. So we need to pick our sketches. So if I start with the bottom one, so first in the order, then I want to add this one to be second in the order of Loft. So if I click on that one, so what you hopefully can see now, just on the screen, is that it's joined this to this. It's joined it with a straight line, like so it's going between 2 points. So there's no curvature, there's no bend at the moment. That's because it needs another. When we have another, it will then calculate going from this one through this one to this one, and it will try and smooth the path. So if I pick my top one, now we've got a curve going from here down to here and down to here. Now, if it misses considerably from the sketch, that could be that we need to increase the size of our circle or move the center point of our circle just to get this right. And this is a little bit of playing. But before we do that, one thing that we can change is how our loft connects here at the bottom. And at the moment, we've got no conditions. Now, a standard condition that we often use is one called normal to the profile. So when I click this, what you'll see is that this should then change, okay? And it becomes, so instead of this angle, it tries to create a normal 90 degrees to this plane. So if I change that, what you should see now is you can see that this is now curved out a little bit more, okay, like so. And actually, we've got a much closer overall shape to our original sketch. Now it's slightly missing, it's slightly wrong. So I would suggest that it's slightly wrong because of this middle one here. What probably needs to happen is this needs to just come this way a little bit more. So potentially the circle needs to be a fraction bigger and the midpoint, the center point, needs to just go this way a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to accept the work. Now as soon as we accept it, the three sketches disappear. So I'm going to switch them back on. So unhide each of these sketches, which on this is just being a little bit more fiddly. Hopefully, there we go. There we go. So we can see our sketch. So I now want to edit this sketch. So I'm going to right click and edit sketch 3. So knowing what we want to do, which is I'm going to maneuver it ever so slightly this way, and I'm actually going to just change the diameter by 1 millimeter. I'm going to zoom in and see if I can move my circle, which I can't because I've got my constraint. So I'm going to delete my constraint. Then I'm going to move my circle a tiny bit. Again, moving it on the line so it keeps it in the center plane. Now by doing that, I'm going to update, and you see that the loft has automatically updated, okay, like so, and it's got my shape. Now we're using our sketch as a guide, and remember that it is a sketch, and actually the sketch is far from perfect. So we've got to make a decision and a judgment and go, are we happy? It's pretty close. Potentially this circle at the top here could be slightly bigger. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to edit sketch 4. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to say that I want that to be 63. And I'm going to delete my constraint. I'm going to just ever so slightly move and update my work. And then I'm going to zoom out, look at it in 2D, and do you know what? That's a lot better. So just those slight changes give me a better overall shape, okay, which is great. So we've created the starting point for our main body. Now, this part, this handle, the idea is that the handle, it wraps around the main body. So we're going to use our lofting again, and we're going to do some like a clever thing where we're going to kind of copy the same kind of profiles here, but we've got to do 3 more sketches on these planes, all that are a little bit bigger. It will make sense as we go a little bit further, but this was the first task, which was to loft the main body.